All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Los Angeles Chargers in tonight's video. 6-3 now, 3 straight victories, surpassed last year's win total thanks to the 27-17 victory yesterday afternoon against the Tennessee Titans. They've won 3 straight. I get it. It's been against the Saints, the Browns, and now the Tennessee Titans, and they're not the 3 best teams in the NFL, but it's really crazy, man. It's Victory Monday here. Los Angeles is now 6-3, looking really primed for not only to make the playoffs, but if you watch these games, if you're a Chargers fan specifically, and you're watching these games, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Los Angeles Chargers this year could make a legitimate postseason run. But it's just crazy, man. NFL media, nobody talks about you guys literally ever. Nobody is talking about this 6-3 Chargers team. We all kind of knew Harbaugh was going to get this team looking right, and we knew we were going to see it at some degree, at some level in the first season, on Harbaugh's first season. But I don't think people expected it this right away. I mean, things are moving really smoothly. This is just a consistent team. You know, they're consistent in their degree of preparation, their degree of just execution on a week-to-week basis. For example, 9 different players had a quarterback pressure. The Chargers had 7 sacks yesterday afternoon. They held their opponent to 17 or fewer for the 8th time this year. The Chargers have now also recorded 13 sacks in the past 2 weeks. They're the #1 ranked scoring defense. My quarterback, Justin Herbert, has just 1 interception on the season. This Chargers team's legit, man. They are legit. And that second half of the schedule, they're going to take down maybe a team like Kansas City in the second matchup here. And then maybe people will finally put some respect on this name. But as far as I see it, man, this Chargers team's legit. And we're going to talk about it in tonight's video. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We post at least 2 Chargers videos every single week. So Chargers fans especially, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys haven't already. If we could try and get this video to 250 likes, folks, that would mean the absolute world to me. So Harbaugh on this defense, man, they're just running. They're giving up 13.1 points per game. Per ESPN, the Chargers are the 4th team since 1990 and the 1st since the 2013 Kansas City Chiefs to allow 20 or fewer points in each of its first 9 games. And even like yesterday, 27-17. And by the way, Will Levis had a couple of nice plays. That last one was more garbage time. They put up 27. Here's the thing, man. Herbert doesn't need to do anything crazy on a week-to-week basis. And that was kind of like the running joke this year is, could you imagine Herbert with a offensive line and good run game? Could you imagine Herbert with a good defense? Could you imagine Herbert with a good quality quarter or head coach? Herbert, the Chargers just put up 27. Justin Herbert, one of the league's best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, threw only 18 times for 164 yards, only 1 touchdown. He put up 27 points. 2 of his incompletions, he was 14-18. 2 of his incompletions were to tight ends Will Dissly and Hayden Hurst. Both of them would have been touchdowns. Both of them. And his 1 passing touchdown in Quentin Johnston, it was beautiful. And his rushing touchdown was even more beautiful. It was a blown-up play, designed run to the right, kind of quarterback sweep, if you will, blown up right away. Does like 2 cuts, runs into the end zone. I mean, Justin Herbert, with his legs, the stat sheet's not crazy. 9 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. 2 of those were kneels at the end of the game. So pretty much like 7 rushes for around 35 yards. They were all huge. Pretty much all of them were for first downs. 1 of them was for a touchdown. It's something we had not seen in the first half of the first half of the season because Justin Herbert was banged up. And now Justin is finally fully healthy, and we're starting to see his mobility on display. All the Chargers players in the post-game pressers were like, just talking about him getting in this deep bag of tricks yesterday afternoon. So huge drive to win / seal the game. And, we made a Chargers video on this channel on Saturday night, right 2 nights ago, right before this game. And one big thing I highlighted in that video was they're putting up points, but the offense hasn't been doing anything crazy, but they're not necessarily relying. It's been an inconsistent and inefficient offense at times, right? We haven't really seen 4 full quarters from this Chargers offense where they're just, foot on gas, right? So to win the game, put the game away, I should say. They took over the football at the 5-yard line. They drove 95 yards, 11 plays, one penalty. Of the 11 plays, 8 of them were runs. That's Harbaugh football. They were dominating the line of scrimmage, and that's been something we haven't seen these long sustained drives. It's JK's had a phenomenal season. And now that, Edwards is back, it's huge. Gus Edwards, actually the leading rusher for the Chargers, 10 carries for 55 yards. JK, 15 carries for 50 yards. By the way, the Titans defense is actually pretty solid, like you saw yesterday, but I think they're averaging the least amount of yards per game in the entire NFL up until yesterday's game. So point is, it was too make or break. It was too boom or busty of an offense. So just game sealing, 11 plays, 95 yards, 8 of the 11 plays were runs. That's Harbaugh football, and that's something with Gus Edwards that I think we're going to see a lot of moving forward. And then, Justin Herbert doing what he does best. Justin Herbert, since week 7, has actually been one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. Since week 7, Justin Herbert is number 1 in PFF grade at 95. He's number 1 in big-time throws at 13. And most importantly, he's had 0 turnover-worthy plays. He had a passer rating yesterday of 123.1, and he just went his 7th straight game without an interception. So here's what we know. You have a really good coach in Harbaugh, right? You have a really good defense. In fact, the league's best defense, giving up, once again, 13.1 points per game. It's funny how you give up 17 in a 2024 year, halfway through the season, and their scoring defense went from like 12.9 or 12.8, whatever it was, to 13.1 and 17 points defensively in 2024. It's a pretty good feat. You got the best defense in the NFL. You got a good coach. You got one of the most consistent, reliable QBs. And the best thing is he's not turning it over. This team is not turning the football over, i.e., the translation to all those things added up, 2 good tackles. It's playoff success. It's team success. It's just success. Defense wins championships. And I have a quarterback who's not really, no one's calling Justin Herbert a game manager, but that's all he's needed to do thus far. So, looking down the line here, Sunday Night Football against a desperate Cincinnati Bengals team. You got Baltimore, Atlanta, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Denver, and then your final 2 against the Raiders and the Patriots. This Chargers team will win 10 games. They will win a big game, whether it's against, the Chiefs, Falcons, what have you, Baltimore, whatever. They're going to win 10 games. They're going to make the playoffs. And don't be surprised if/when they do make a playoff run, or at the very least hold their own against a really good AFC opponent. That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Give me your thoughts. Give me your player of the game yesterday, but halfway through the year, over halfway through the year, give me your thoughts on this 6-3 Chargers team down below. Peace.